Hi everyone, I'm Yasmin and I am going to help you today with familiarizing you a little bit more with the UK state school funded system for primary school children. So, the UK education system provides free education between the ages of 5 and up to 16. You can get extended free school available also beyond that, but I am going to be touching upon primary schools today. So the most important thing to note is that no matter what information you're hearing from me today, please, I cannot stress this enough, reach out to the local authority where you're planning on moving to and double check all of the admission policies. Feel free to use the comment box to ask me any further questions. I'm always there to respond. And let's get started. The first type of school I want to discuss today is community-based schools. Community-based schools are non-selective. They follow the national curriculum, and basically anyone who lives within a certain amount of distance from the school can be admitted into that school. The second type of school that we're looking at is foundation-based schools. Foundation-based schools also follow the national curriculum and will adhere to Ofsted. And in order to get into one of these schools, there might be an additional criteria. So schools affiliated with foundations might be those that are associated with a certain religious belief. So Jewish schools, Muslim schools, Church of England schools. You might have to visit the various place of worship a certain amount of times in order to submit an application to the school you're after. And the last set of schools that are within the state-funded bubble are the academies. Academies have a bit more of a free rein in terms of what they teach because they don't follow the national curriculum. That being said, they do have to follow math and sciences, if I'm not mistaken. And they might have separate admission processes as well, but they are free. Step 1, research the schools in the area you want to live in. Try to make a list of 5 schools because you never know where you're going to get into. Check out the school ethos. Try to talk to parents in the schools. You ask them the questions, know what you're after for your child. Is it a playful school? Are they strict? Are they good with children that need additional support? You know your child best. Prioritize the school. Then again, reach out to the school and ask all the questions that need to be asked about their specific admission policies. Stage 2, check catchment. Imagine that the school is in the center of a circle, and around that school there's a diameter. Within that diameter, which is distance, the school will accept applications from this circle. Now, when you reach that circle, the school's there and they'll take kids from anywhere on the map around that. But you want to be the closest to the circle because the fact that you're inside the circle does not mean that you will get admitted into the school. It means that you have priority to get inside the school. You're living within the catchment area of the school. Then whoever has the closest distance to the school will get in. So if you live 0.1 miles or if you live 0.4 miles from the school you're after, that will make a huge difference. So you really want to get in the closest as possible. And when you do that research with the schools and you talk to them before you apply for the school, do ask them, what was the 0.what miles that made it into the school last year? Are there is it a big siblings intake? Because siblings trump catchment. So those are questions you want to ask. Stage 3 is reaching out to your local authority and checking the admissions again within that authority. So if you're in Manchester, go to the municipality. If you're in London, you Google the boroughs. Various places in the UK might have different policies once again. So you just go to the right one, you find them, and you see the admission process. Now that you know what the school's admission is, you submit the application through that council. Typically, it starts at the beginning of the year. So around September, they ask you to begin making applications. And usually the applications close around December. So you want to do the application process within this time frame. Again, you need to check the exact dates of the admission process for your borough or council when you're making your application. Now, different councils are going to ask you for different data when you're submitting an application. They might ask you for your council tax records, so you'll need to photocopy them and send them back to them, which is a bit ridiculous because you're applying for that council. You'd think they'd be able to pull that information out, but they cannot. They might ask you for bank statements, for utility payments. They really want to see that you actually live in their borough and that you're paying them taxes and therefore you deserve a state school. If you're just moving for abroad, don't worry about it. There are systems if you're moving in the middle of the year, but you do need to have an address. So get an address in the UK, and once you have an address, that's when you can begin applying for school. Before you have an address, do not even try. Okay, so they're gonna be asking you for various data, and you need to collect it all and just send over the application and choose the schools that you want through an EHCP form. So it's an electronic form. It's very straightforward. It's very simple. Check that you've ticked all the boxes. Check that you've done anything in regards to admission to the schools that you're after, should they be foundation schools. So places to schools are usually given in the spring term. So you can expect around February to April to hear back from your local authorities and hear, did I make it into the school that I wanted? If not, don't worry. You can get on the waiting list, or in the meanwhile, accept the place at the second school or the third choice or the fourth choice, whatever came your way, and just get on the waiting list for the school that you want. Spaces open up all the time. I cannot stress this enough. Don't worry about it. Just get on the waiting list, take the spot that's offered to you, or if you decide that you prefer to educate your children at home, that's okay. You have an option to for homeschooling. But if you don't want to homeschool, take the spot that was offered to you and get on that waiting list. So thank you for watching my video. I hope I helped you navigate the world of primary schools a little bit more and the admission processes. If you have any questions, then just feel free to ask them in the comments and I'll try to help. If this was helpful for you, please just subscribe to my page, check out other videos, check out affiliate links that I might have in the comments. It'll really help me and support me in making more videos like this. Yeah, and also if you want to write any videos in the comments that you might want to see from me if your family is relocating to the UK, then I'm here for you. Just write them in the topics and subscribe. Thank you so much.